Got into a Schitt's Creek conversation, and we have to talk Schitt's Creek for a second because
we have to talk some shit.
We were talking Moira, and Moira has not made an appearance in this podcast yet, but she may. We'll see. But we're talking about characters and channeling characters, and got into Catherine O'Hara just being insanely talented,
brilliant,
as is everyone on Schitt's Creek.
So good.
And when I watch it for the 87th time with the wife, because that is like. Either that or Friends is the automatic default filler show in between new things, right?
Yeah.
You always go back to one of those. And lately it's been Schitt's Creek. Dan Levy?
You know what?
Levy?
Either way.
Levy?
I'm not really sure.
Dan, who is David in the show, I have so much new respect for after watching closely to how he interacts with different characters.
Yeah.
And he feeds so much off of whoever he's acting with, and he has a lot of those one-on-one scenes. He's a very different character when he's with his dad versus with Stevie, versus with Patrick, or versus with Alexis. He's a very different person, and the ability to just do that and have an equally brilliant character in each one of these scenarios, I'm just like, how the hell?
He's a great actor. I mean, and just a brilliant mind to put all of, he created the whole show and the way that they cast the show. Have you watched some of the behind the scenes? Yeah, I'm sure. It blows me away, the genius that flows in the Levy family. It's
absolutely,
it's amazing.
It's crazy. It's just so much talent there. And we're all hoping for some kind of movie, or I think you could do a limited series, like most new things come out now, like an 8-episode.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Series. It would be so cool. Dan, we know you're watching. Come on.
Ooh, or like a prequel,
happen,
we could see their one of their Christmas. I would love to. I always loved Christmas on that show, and I always loved the idea of going to when they were really rich and some of those Christmas parties. So I think it would be fun to see them living Christmas now, however they look, because you can always do a Christmas special. Everybody's gonna watch a Christmas special.
Okay.
Just an idea.
Imagine this: the bougie Rose Christmas, where they bring the entire town of Schitt's Creek
that'd be great.
To wherever they are and have them at their bougie Christmas. Let them stay there. They have the Christmas parties. They have, the black tie things,
awesome.
The big feast. But you have all the juxtaposition of who they are and who the townsfolk are.
And the environment of the bouginess with the townsfolk. Ooh, that could be good.
Complete opposite of what the entire series is.
Ooh, I love that idea.
Come on, Dan. We practically wrote it for you.
We did.
You just gotta put it into words and make it happen here.
Do, please.
And now,
you're a very organized person. I appreciate that.
I have to be. There's just an insane amount of shit going on all the time. All the time, to balance one's busy schedule. You must be organized, and nothing beats your classic pen and paper. Am I the asshole for baking my niece a cake for her first birthday? Yesterday was my niece's first birthday, and originally the plan for the cake was for my father-in-law to buy a store-bought cake. When my father-in-law mentioned he was buying a store-bought cake for the party, I asked if I could bake the birthday cake and smash cake instead. My father-in-law was thrilled at the idea and requested that it be a surprise to my sister and brother-in-law. I saw no issue and agreed. Over the past week, I have spent countless hours on this cake. Going in, I had very high expectations for the cake, and although I did not meet those high expectations, I am still happy with the cake and 100% believe it is better than a store-bought cake. Apparently, there's some question on the quality of this cake, so here we come. Yesterday at the party, when it was time to bring out the cake, my father-in-law took the cake out of its hiding spot and brought it to the main area of the party. When my brother-in-law saw the cake, he had a big smile and seemed really happy. However, when my sister-in-law saw the cake, she looked mortified. Quickly, my sister-in-law threw on a fake smile and asked my father-in-law about the cake. Proudly, my father-in-law announced that I was the one who made the cake. My sister-in-law gritted her teeth the entire time we sang happy birthday and refused to even try the cake for the whole party. After I left, I was bombarded with messages from my sister-in-law and brother-in-law. The messages were everything from I intentionally sabotaged her daughter's first birthday party to because of me, all photos of her daughter's first birthday party are ruined by the stain of my trashy cake. I didn't know what to say, so I just screenshot all those texts and sent them to my husband, who is currently overseas for the military. After I did that, everything has just blown up. It feels like brother against brother, and like my parents-in-law are just trying to play both sides. Every Saturday, we usually do a family day. usually. We all eat a bunch of good food and do some kind of activity together, but this morning my father-in-law asked me to sit out this week's family day, and I'm crushed. Honestly, I was just trying to be nice and make my niece's birthday even more memorable. I was not trying to take the day away from her, but it feels like everyone's against me, and I think I might be the ass. Edit. My profile picture is the cake, and the theme of the party was cowboys and Texas. That's why there is a Texas Longhorn and sheriff's badge. Okay, hang on. We've got to see it.
Okay, that's very cute. Dude, that's a cute cake.
This is a cute cake.
It's really good.
Why on earth would sister-in-law be so shitty about it? We're going to need some audience feedback here.
Yeah, Texas and cowboys.
If the theme was freaking Texas and cowboys, like what did you expect
that's nailing
the cake to look like?
It's nailed it.
Bluebell ice cream and Dr. Pepper?
Yeah.
Is that...
And can I just say for a second, the father-in-law told her to keep it a secret. He is being a total asshole right now. Like, why didn't he step in and say, hey, I was in on it? He's really the one to blame, I think.
Okay, she wanted to make the cake, but he facilitated, and then he had seen it before the party. So clearly he hid it. He knew where it was. So he knew he had seen the cake. If there was an issue with it or even a possible issue with it, he would have spoken up and be like, hey, maybe you guys need to check this out beforehand. Yeah. But didn't. So what possible reason could she have for being so shitty about it? Is it because it looks like there's like a French braid of hair?
A little rope.
On it? It's a rope, yeah.
But it does kind of, that part's maybe not the best part.
Well,
but it's still pretty good. It's a better rope than I could make with fondant.
It's clearly rope if the theme is Texas.
It's like, clearly rope. I think my other question is, was the father-in-law responsible for bringing the cake? And here's the thing. I would think if I was having a first birthday, whatever, I would want to be involved in what the cake looked like. So Agreed. It's sort of weird that if the father-in-law was kind of responsible for it, then the sister-in-law just needs to eat it, literally, because she left him in, the responsibility of the cake. But if she was supposed to be involved, I don't know. I just think, how do you just find out the day of if you didn't pass off the duties? You know what I'm saying?
Agreed. Yeah.
And didn't give any direction.
Assuming, let's assume for a second that she was involved in selecting what the cake would have looked like. She would have passed those directions to father-in-law. As he was on the mission to secure it from the store. Yeah. So she was just not involved. That is a very good point. When choosing not to get involved, lose your vote.
Yeah,
right?
You do. You lose your vote. You passed it off. And so you literally, and to me, I just don't even understand why. Here's my other little thing that I'm thinking. Your sister-in-law maybe doesn't like you because why would she be mad?
There are clues.
She doesn't like you. You didn't do anything wrong. She hates you, actually.
Yeah, that's...
And she's jealous because she sucks at making cakes and you're pretty good at it.
Or she's jealous of something else.
Ooh, what is she jealous of? You know, girl. What is it?
I mean, it could be anything, but when she looked at that cake, she had to have seen and known that you had made it and only have been pissed that you made it.
Because you were involved.
Well, wait a second, because she saw it and then she saw it and had a bad reaction and then started asking father-in-law who made it. So she didn't know.
Oh, so maybe she was just mad that the cake looked like it looked. But she didn't give any instruction. Or maybe she did, and then it's the father-in-law's fault. Yeah, that is entirely possible. She might have tried to have been involved and passed off instructions to the father-in-law, which she just failed to deliver. Yeah, maybe that's the case. It feels like that could be the case.
Well, that's a pretty easy one to clear up then, right?
It feels it. Unfortunately, they're not all talking to each other. So that gets awkward.
My gosh. Well, the shittiest part of all this, I feel like, is that her spouse is overseas. If he's deployed, then he's not there. He's not there to interface with the in-laws. And this is all his side of the family, right? So it's brother against brother. Now it's like a real House of the Dragon kind of thing here. Like this is a mess that shouldn't have been a mess at all, but there needs to be some effort on OP's part to get to the root of the problem. Like, where did this whole process go sideways? Yeah. What is the specific issue that she has with it? And did father-in-law know something that he didn't pass along? Which is entirely possible. I don't know how old father-in-law is, but You know, as we dudes get older, we start forgetting shit.
Well, and people are just so busy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's easy to make a mistake. That's why you don't let other people be responsible for things that are big. You know, it's like your fault.
If it's a big deal, you should probably handle it yourself.
Exactly.
But
and definitely not the father-in-law. I would never, not to be rude, but I would never put a man in charge of like a cake.
How did father-in-law specifically get handed this task? Was he just that eager that he was like, I'll do anything you need me to? And just got handed the cake thing and was like, I'll figure it out.
So it's really her fault. She put him in charge.
Agreed. I mean, either way, it doesn't matter unless she didn't have the power to change that for whatever reason.
Yeah. I also feel like everybody in this situation is acting like really super childish because, you know, it's clearly a misunderstanding. And also I would say is OP original poster?
Yes.
So I would say no, this is great. No, I'm learning. But I would say to OP, you know, you might just have to learn that some people aren't evolved enough to, you know, handle things that aren't a big deal, and that this isn't one of those things, and you could just move on. I mean, with time passing, you could write a nice note. You could decide to be the bigger person. I mean, maybe a handwritten letter that just kind of details some of these things out and maybe that seems cheesy, but you could mail it. A text is not the thing because that just goes back and forth and it just turns into an argument. And it's really not touching, you know, honest. I don't know. It feels a little cheap.
Yeah. No, I get it. That's an impulse thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it becomes rapid fire instead of something that's more well thought out.
Yeah.
And there's a resolution there somewhere. We don't know what it is.
Yeah, this is not irreparable.
No, this is not the end of your life.
Yes.
Your life will not end because of a cake today. I don't know what happened there. Okay, I think, you know, we don't think OP is the asshole.
No.
Not at all. It's a beautiful cake. You did a great job.
It's a great cake.
Sister-in-law has some kind of issue that you just don't understand yet. So you need to figure out, number one, how did father-in-law get this mission? Number two, is there something he left out? Number three, if it's not number one or number two, what the does she want from you?
That is brilliant, what you just said. That's perfect. I agree.
Dropping truth and F-bombs over here.
1, 2, 3, done.
Go. And we're done. Deuces. And actually, that is our last story for this podcast. So,
amazing. Thank you
for
having me.
You did great. Mo just fell right into the mix here, and it felt very natural. So
yeah, this was really fun.
Thanks for rapping with me and covering all these assholes today.
Hey, I'm always here to cover an asshole.
we cover assholes because that's what the world needs.
We need it.
Assholes need to be covered.
Make me a little badge so I can wear it, like a little asshole covering badge, and I'll proudly wear it.
I'm going to deputize you as an agent of the asshole law.
Oh, I love that. That's exciting.
It's like a livestock agent from Yellowstone. We're asshole agents.
I love that.
So big round of applause for Mo. Thank you so much. All right. We'll see you next time. Until then, go check out Mo. Mo, you're on social channels and whatnot, right?
Yes, at Mo Holloman. That's MoHolloman. Mo Holloman.
You could almost make that a song.
It kind of does feel like that. Yeah.
It's very, very Mickey Mouse. There's something there.
MoHolloman. I don't know. We'll find that too when we find
the Jello theme song, right? And Mickey Mouse, like it's combined. It's somewhere in the middle there.
Yeah, I think we could do that.
There's something there.
We'll find it.
Mo is hilarious. Please go follow her, engage with all of her content, and you will not be disappointed. Obviously, you've got a chance to know her today, so you get a glimpse of the kind of thing you'll be looking at there. Anyway, this has been the Reddit Said It podcast with Dusty Thunder and Mo Holloman. So.
Peace.
It's the first time I've ever done that. I don't know why I did it. I don't know why I did it. It just felt right in the moment.
I don't know. Endings are always tough.
I'll probably never do it again. Thanks for hanging in there with us, guys.
Yeah.